Good morning and welcome back. Now, straight off the bat, you can probably see that I'm a little bit puffy. And if you've been keeping up with my Instagram stories, you'll probably have known that I had to get all 4 of my wisdom teeth out. Fun times. Fun times. Now, this will be a little bit of a vlog video / advice for people on how to cope when you do go through some sort of surgery, injury, or something in general that stops you from training, and how to cope with that. Because when you're someone who's super physical or you really enjoy that movement, your daily activities, it's a really big step back to go from doing your full-on schedule, especially if you get injured and you're not expecting that, to go from doing so much to doing so little. Also, a note before we go into this video, I'm not a health professional, this is just my advice, so please consult your doctor, and please be aware that if you are on heavy drugs, be mindful, have someone else around. With that, I got surgery yesterday. Today is day 2. I had day surgery yesterday, so I didn't really do anything afterwards. I just laid down and watched TV. It was good fun. But today, this morning, I definitely, because I'm the kind of person that wakes up in the morning and, does a workout. Can't do that for a little while now. I immediately felt that pull to do that though. I was like, oh, I need to get up and I need to do something. I need to move. Because what happens when you naturally wake up in the morning, when you see the sun and stuff, you get a natural, found the thing that I bookmarked. So I actually found something really interesting the other day, because I love reading about the science of how our bodies work and that wonderful world of science. Okay, yeah, so I was right. So in the morning when you wake up, your cortisol levels start to rise, which gives you this natural high, which is kind of the equivalent what people do when they drink coffee in the morning. With those natural high energy levels, of course, I'm like, I need to move. I need to do something. So instead of course, not being able to do my usual workout, I potted, I walked around, and I cleaned up some stuff. It was a bit of movement. It was good, just walking around, doing stuff. Yeah, so I guess when you feel naturally inclined to do what you would normally do, maybe just start off by just walking, I have a very sore jaw. Because I have a very small mouth, I think they had to yank it open, so I would recommend maybe go for a little walk, maybe clean, and maybe potter around the house and clean stuff up. Honestly, I think just really gentle movement of walking is going to be my best friend for the next couple days. Alright, I will chat to you guys later on. Day 3. So yesterday I ended up struggling a lot, sort of in the middle of the day and the afternoon. So I ended up taking the max amount of painkillers that I could take, and kind of just vegged out to a new TV show, and that's kind of just what I needed. Definitely by the evening though, I was starting to get a bit restless with just watching the same thing over and over and over again. So I ended up switching it up and reading instead. So tip number 2 is I would definitely recommend having a whole bunch of different sort of things that you can do or consume. So if you do like reading, you could read a book. If you don't like reading, maybe you like listening to audiobooks when your brain's getting a bit scrambled from watching the same TV show for more than 6 hours. Not good. But on to today, which is day 3. Today is Saturday, and today has been a lot better in terms of pain scale wise. I have only had to take 2 Panadols. Been very nice, and it has meant that I've been able to actually do a bit more stuff today, mental capacity wise. So like I actually managed to get a bit of sort of like work editing done today, and also some Christmas shopping research. That was a lot of fun. But also I just woke up from like a 3-hour rest/nap. So honestly, even though when you are feeling better, so tip number 3, tip number 4, don't know what I'm up to. Even when you do feel like you can do stuff again, listen to your body. So if you feel like taking a nap, take a nap. And you know, if you're trying to recover from something, generally your body's gonna need lots of rest. So just being unlimited in the amount of time that you can nap and rest for is so good for your body. So just take a big long nap and you'll feel amazing afterwards. Yeah, which kind of brings me to the end of day 3. I actually have a little catch up with some friends this evening that I think I'll end up going to for a little bit to sort of chat and hang out with friends. But honestly, I could have also not gone if I really wasn't feeling it, but I'm doing so much better today, and I feel like I could like have some like really nice casual chats with some friends and just go out. Even if I end up just out for like an hour, just seeing some friends could be really nice. So I'll chat to you guys tomorrow. Welcome back. Today is day 5. Yesterday was day 4. Didn't film anything yesterday because we ended up having the mum side of my family over for a Christmas lunch, which was so nice. And that kind of brings me to my 5th tip. I don't know, I've lost track. My next tip: if you do feel like going out to social situations, just be super chilled on yourself and don't make yourself stay for the entire time. Like if you're getting tired or if you're in pain from like talking so much, you know, just leave, take yourself out of the social situation, because you know, you don't really want to be in pain and trying to like hang out with people. Like that's just not much fun. So that was yesterday. Today has been really nice and chilled. I just was doing some YouTube editing. I just uploaded a video for this week, which I'll link up in the cards if you're curious what that is. But actually having that video to work on while I've been recovering has actually been so good. And that brings me to this next tip as well, which is having some sort of work project to work on, because definitely in the past when I haven't been able to do much and I haven't had something to work on, I feel like that's when it's so easy to just fall into the void of watching way too much TV or movies, and then you just get sucked into this like gremlin like state of just consuming TV and movies. So yeah, I definitely recommend having some projects to work on, or even just focusing on like other passions you have. So like I really love baking and making things, so one of my next project for the next like week leading up to Christmas is to find some fun Christmas baking recipes and some fun Christmas cocktails and make some DIY presents to give to people. So that should hopefully also be a lot of fun. That's kind of like my non-work related projects to have fun with. Having passion projects or something else that you really love doing to just do to keep your mind off what you're going through is also so good, and you know, it leaves you with less time to dwell on what's actually happening with you. And of course also having like books to read is also a really good idea if you like reading, or if you like audiobooks. Pretty sure I've already like mentioned that as well. But apart from that, I will see you guys tomorrow or in a couple days with my next couple tips. All right, we are basically on the last day that I'll be filming / documenting. As you can see, I am still have a tiny bit of swelling left. I've got some pretty epic bruising, and that's just underneath some foundation because I've been going out in the morning, just getting out, seeing people, which has been so nice, which is something I'd definitely recommend doing. See family and friends and catch up with them and spend time with people. It does wonders for your mental health. So I'm on day, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, something like that. I'm definitely in the sort of last period of my recovery process, and so I've started doing some slightly more intense workouts compared to when I first started doing it, and I was doing very light, sort of like walking. Went for a walk with my family, which is really nice. I'll pop some footage in here. And like short, maybe like weighted workouts. So the last couple of days I've slowly been making my workouts a little bit more intense with a little bit more jumping, lying down stuff. Yeah. It's really important that you sort of like slowly work yourself back up to where you used to be, because you did just take a break. And depending on how long or big it was, if you have an injury or something, that's when it's so important to take your time getting back into things. Because if you go all in too hard, too fast, that's when you're likely to injure yourself or get sick, or, you know, just halt your progress of getting back into things. So do yourself a favor and just take it slowly when getting back into working out and training. My last note for this is healthy eating, especially and specifically when you are getting your wisdom teeth out, because honestly there's not much you can eat when you get your wisdom teeth out, and it's pretty easy to fall down the ice cream, custard and frozen sweets hole that honestly A, isn't very good for your gut, and B, also isn't very healthy for you. So first up, some of my healthy food suggestions are smoothies, so getting in like fruit and bananas to just kind of like bulk up your meals to like get more in, because when you get your wisdom teeth out, you really struggle to eat enough food. So getting in those carbs into liquefied things is a plus. Also chicken soups, because you can add heaps of veggies and chicken to that, so that's some nice protein, and then you kind of just like blend that up, so that's also really easy to have. Any kind of veggie soups as well, so good. And then my other ones that I found really easy in the first couple days was mashed potatoes and scrambled eggs and mashed avocado, because when you can't eat much, getting some of those healthy fats in is so important. And then as I sort of got further into my days, I found that I could eat fried veggies so that they were sauteed and soft. That was actually really easy to eat, along with noodles. Noodles were also really easy to eat because you could kind of like munch them up with your tongue if you couldn't use your back teeth yet. And honestly, also when you are injured and you can't work out very much, trying to stick to that healthy eating is going to help you to stay relatively fit, even though you are going to lose muscle in whatever regard that you can't train in. And also when you eat healthy, that, because I'm a big believer in that gut brain connection, that can really help your mental health as well, which is such a big issue when you are injured. And maybe one day I'll have a chat about that kind of thing in a separate video if you guys are interested in that, so let me know down in the comments below. The other two things in terms of your health and eating and stuff is, especially when you are on strong painkillers, is getting off them as soon as possible. So if you do have to take them, like, that's okay, especially if you've had like a really big surgery or something, you will probably definitely need them. But weaning yourself off them onto slightly less stronger stuff is so important, because they're not very good for your gut and your health, even though they're great at taking away that pain. And then tied into that tip is looking after your gut health. So having heaps of probiotics or probiotic heavy foods such as kimchi, kefir, fermented yogurt, kombucha, fermented veggies of any kind. Honestly, all of that stuff is going to help build up your healthy bacteria in your gut, which is ultimately going to help so much in your recovery. The reason why I also say that is because when you're on antibiotics, they actually destroy a lot of your healthy gut bacteria, so that's why it's super important that you help to also feed and replenish those healthy gut bacteria. That's what you want. I'm on the road to recovery. As you can see, I'm almost getting there. I'm slowly getting back into my workout. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and you got something useful and helpful out of it. If you did, please give it a like because it really supports my channel, and click that subscribe button if you want to see more, and the notification bell if you want to be notified anytime I upload a new video, which is usually once a week on Sundays or Mondays. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Bye!